Jesus. I mean, trust me, baby.
It's your man HRap coming at you live and direct. As I said, it's your man HRap coming at you live and direct. I'm back in the saddle. It's back. It's on. Once again, it's on. Talking sports again. I've been promising people for a couple years now that I was going to start talking sports again. And it just took a little time to curate the situation, make it right. And now I'm back. I'm about to take over. Sports on fire. Sports gonna be on fire today. That ain't the name of the program. Y'all will see me in a couple of weeks with a couple upgrades. It's going down though. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know the routine. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tune in, and invite people. Hit that chat room. Holler at your boy. We finna get it in. That's all I'm gonna do is about acting a fool at this point, because it's time for a culture shift in the sports world. We've gone through about a 15-year period where people don't make any sense and they offer their opinions and, oh, it's my opinion. And then you look, at the end of the day, your opinion is only as strong as what you can prove. You just can't say 2 + 2 is 90. That's my opinion. That means nothing. See, a whole lot of people fell into that Skip Bayless foolishness where I can say what I want to say when I want to say it, and so people. I'm gonna get into some of that with my man Coach Prime. We're gonna get out of folks' pockets. We're gonna stop falling for the banana and tailpipe. We're gonna salute HBCUs for creating their own March Madness thing, something that me and my community need to get behind. It is important. It is imperative. We're gonna make some predictions. We're gonna talk about this baseball thing. On this program, I will be talking sports. I'm not going to be digging in people's pocket. I don't care if you make $1 billion a year. Either you perform or you don't. We're not going to do that. If you are watching on Fanbase, that's FANBASE, created by one Isaac Hayes III. Yes, that is Isaac Hayes' son. He's not Isaac Hayes Jr. He's Isaac Hayes III. The Isaac Hayes that wrote for Sam and Dave, and the Isaac Hayes that wrote for Shaq, the Sarah theme song, that is Isaac Hayes Jr., people. But go to Fanbase, follow me at HRap B. Everything is at HRap B on Twitter, on Instagram, on oh yeah, I don't call it bug. X, that's stupid. It's Twitter. It's gonna always be Twitter, just like in it's gonna always be the Sears Tower in Chicago. But anyway, man, let's get this show on the road. First and foremost, salute to the city of Charlotte and salute to the HBCUs for creating their own March Madness that jumps off next year in 2025. It is something that has been much needed. It is something that we need to get behind. Look, I've been saying for years that we are the dictionary definition of cool in the Black community. Whatever we do, whatever we get behind, it becomes hot. We got behind Jackson State a few years ago. Jackson State became the most popular university in the world. This lowly institution called the Buffaloes in Colorado, University of Colorado. Nobody's paying attention to them since the great years of Cordell Stewart and Eric Bieniemy and Michael Westbrook. Guess what? We's paying attention to the Colorado Buffaloes, a 4-win Colorado Buffalo team. And it's all because the people in our community got behind it. So just like we got behind Jackson State, just like we got behind Coach Prime, just like we got behind Colorado Buffaloes, just like people got behind the University of Miami and Florida State and all these other institutions that my community gets behind. It's time for us to get behind HBCUs because that's for us. Then we don't have to have clowns, jag-leg clowns talking about they've done more for us than Abraham Lincoln. And tune in too so y'all know my opinion on Abraham Lincoln. I'm not even going to get into that. So salute to my man, DJ Mad Knox, a.k.a. Anthony. And then that other dude, Big Illinois, a.k.a. Anthony. A couple Anthonys in the chat room. Anthony's. But one of them a Leo, so he's cool. The other one is an Aquarius. He in a float on song. But anyway, but on the serious side, man, we need to get behind this. Look, if you live in South Carolina, if you live in North Carolina, you live in Virginia, Florida, Georgia, the SIP, Bama, Louisiana. Salute to my man Fly Tie. If you live in anywhere in the southeastern part of the country, we need to do a bombing of the city of Charlotte and start when they start that March Madness up, man. If we can get behind all this other stuff, we need to be at the Heritage Bowl or New Year's Day in Atlanta, Georgia, and then we need to go over to Charlotte and run that town crazy for real. Because look, once we start getting behind our situation, we don't need no help. It is 60 million of us in this country. That's just the people who are naturally from this country. What about the people from the Caribbean? What about the people from Haiti? What about the people from Mexico, South America, Africa, Canada? Look, if we start supporting us, then we ain't got to beg for nothing else. But salute to the people at HBCUs for creating your own March Madness. We need to watch that on Byron Allen has partnered with CBS, and they're going to be broadcasting HBCU games. Look, it's time for us to get behind us. Once we get behind us, everybody else going to follow, and then our institutions will start looking like Dukes. We'll start looking like the Carolinas. We'll start looking like the USCs and the UCLAs. And then, no disrespect to my man, no disrespect to my man Mo. Then we won't even have to be looking like USC East, who's having a Kamala Harris roast. Yes, I said that correct. Kamala, it's these white nationalists roasting our vice president, making sexual innuendo to the sister, further disrespecting her. We need to get behind this. We need to get behind all this stuff. That's us. And then we don't have to beg people and ask for handout and beg for reparation. People be coming to us, and our coppers will be overflowing. So big ups to the HBCUs. Once again, y'all already know I'm a big HBCU guy. Salute to everybody who's tuning in. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend, hit that subscribe. Salute to the new subscribers. As a matter of fact, I went to bed last night with 495 subscribers. I woke up this morning 555. Salute to all you new people. Salute to all the old people. Tell a friend, tune in now. Now, I got a question. This is a serious question. Why is it as sports fans that we talk about everything but actual sports now? We talk about LeBron James and we insult him, and we talk about his children, and we talk about this and we talk about that. He's a crybaby. You got people insulting him. You got people and then you got people insulting AB. You got people talking about everything but actual games. When was the last time you turned on one of the major networks or even one of the podcasts and people were talking about what happened on the field and or court? Think about it. You rarely hear that anymore. When was the last time you heard, oh man, why did they run the ball in this situation? Why did they throw an interception? We talk about Jerry Jones. We talk about contracts. The last time I checked, I'm from the hood. I'm from the community, as y'all say now. I'm from the culture. I thought pocket watching was whack. Isn't pocket watching out of bounds? Why are we counting other people's money? Why is it that when CD Lamb with the Dallas Cowboys just signed a $100 and some odd million contract, $100 million guaranteed? Why do we know that? You know why you know that? Because we're gonna take the onus off the owners, and we're gonna put it on the players. Oh man, they are playing, so we need to know. No, we don't need to know how much they make. You know why? Because look at it this way: the players are employees. I'm gonna say that again. The players are employees. Now, how many times do you discuss at work how much your co-workers make? You don't. Do you walk up to your homeboy at work and man, it's payday, Joe. What's your check today? You don't. Or do you look at somebody at work and go, man, they paying him $22 an hour and look how lazy he is. They paying him $31. You don't do that. You know why? Because y'all are together. And whether they making hundreds of millions of dollars or they making $65, $70, $80, $65, $70, $80,000, they are employees. And why is it that we never go, you know what, the Cowboys made $1.5 billion last year. Oh man, the Raiders just paid for a new stadium. You know why? Because they want you to make those guys the villains. They are us. We are them. Those are the young people that we watch in the local gyms, in the high schools, in the AAU tournaments. We watch them in the summer tournaments and high school Christmas tournaments and things of that nature. We watched them grow up and we cheered and rooted them on. And now they are turned into villains. Why? Why don't we start talking? If we're gonna watch pockets, why don't we start talking about Lamar Hunt and the Kansas City Chiefs that are trying to hold the city of Kansas City, at the city of Kansas City, Missouri, hostage for over 700 million to $1 billion+ to get a new stadium. Oh man, they need a new stadium. Why? Well, last time I checked, that team been in that city since the 60s. They left Dallas, Texas, and they went to Kansas City, Missouri in the 60s. And they won at least they won 3 Super Bowls so far. And with Patrick Mahomes, they won a couple in the 60s and the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. So don't Lamar Hunt, who's owner of the Chicago Bulls, see how it is when you watching rich people pockets. Jerry Jones bought a power company since he bought the Cowboys. He has other oil ventures. He was already a multimillionaire, and he went from multimillionaire. And according to him, he spent almost his last dollar to buy Cowboys. Now the Cowboys are the richest team in America. They're the richest team. They're the richest sports franchise on earth. The city of Dallas wouldn't build him a stadium, so he moved out to Arlington, Texas, and built his own little universe out there. Jerry Land. Why ain't we talk about his money? Why don't we talk about the Hunts, the people who had a catch up, who own the Rams? Why don't we talk about the Steelers, that family that been owning that team since the 50s? How much money are they making? The people right here in Chicago, the Chicago Bears, who haven't had a non-sellout since 1978. There's some people who listening to this program right now that was born since 1978. So as long as you've been alive, the Chicago Bears have had sellouts. There's some of the brothers in here who not even 44 years old. So guess what that means? You ain't been alive and seen the Chicago Bears Super Bowl. The Chicago Bears don't even own the stadium, but they want us to take away from our schools, take away from our after-school program. See, now look what happened when we watching the big boys pocket. See, that's the trick. They get you watching CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase and Jefferson. And the minute they drop a ball, what do you sports fans do? Y'all say, oh man, he make too much money to be dropping that ball. He make too much money to be throwing interception. Really? So you can't make a mistake when you make a lot of money? You think the movies that we go watch with Will Smith and Denzel Washington and Ed Norton and all these famous actors and actresses, or they all the actors now, my bad. You know, I'm old school. But these people who perform, you think they get it on the first take? No, they get $25-30 million a movie. That's for 6 weeks of work in most cases. And they taking 5, 10, 12 takes a day on one scene. But we hold our athletes to a different standard. Look at that situation. But we don't talk about Jerry Jones making money hand over fist. What about the Mora family and the Tisch family up there in New York? They done built a city in New Jersey. The New York Giants is a figment of your imagination. They don't even play in New York. They play in New Jersey. See, this is the madness we talking about. They getting stadiums built. Like here in Chicago, they trying to build a new football stadium. They trying to build a new baseball stadium for the team that I root for, Chicago White Sox. They ain't worth 1,000 cookies at this point. But this dude, Jerry Reinsdorf, owned the Bulls, and he owned the Chicago White Sox. And he ain't spent a quarter on either one of those stadiums. The United Center here in Chicago, about a quarter mile from where I live. Guess what? The city of Chicago owns that building. He pays rent occasionally, and they get licensing money. The United Airlines, they pay him. Guaranteed rate people that the mortgage company, they pay Jerry Reinsdorf. And guess what? The White Sox, if they didn't draw 2 million people this year, guess what? They just played in that stadium rent free. And if they're gonna lose about 105 games this year. So guess what? Worst team in baseball. They got the top 10 worst hitters in baseball. He don't have to pay rent, and he didn't collected all that money from tickets. He didn't collected all that money from concessions. He didn't collected all that money from Comcast. He didn't collected all that money from MLB. And if you like me to occasionally play around with the DraftKings app, guess what? He getting that money too. So why don't we start watching the people who we really need to start watching? The owners of those teams. Because guess what? If you can afford to give my man Brown in Washington $300 million, what that mean you made? If you can give somebody $300 million, you probably made 2 or 3 billion that year alone. So Stop talking about these players and stop talking about everybody, what they doing. A salute to my man, Big Mar. See my girl, Poetic Sins in the building. It's always good to see y'all. That's what's up. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the salute. Respect. Hit that like, hit that share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, they're going to lose 117 games. 117 games. That's crazy. 162 games played. You're going to lose 117. And you, oh man, build us a new stadium. For what? To lose 117 more games? Knock it off. But see, we don't never talk about these team owners. You're not investing in the right coaching. You're not investing in the right player development. You're not investing in the right general managers and the right scouts. How is it that you lose 117 out of 162 games and you need anything new? Y'all might need some new bats and some glasses. That's what y'all might need. Y'all might need to invest in medical care because clearly your players are trash at this point. No disrespect to none of the players, but I'm just saying, man, how is it that you can find people in Asia playing baseball, in Europe playing baseball, in Africa playing baseball, throughout the Caribbean, throughout South America, and all throughout North America, but y'all can't find 25 good ball players? Now I can see, but don't nobody talk about that. But you will talk about, oh, Barry Bonds used steroids. Really? Who's really mad at Barry Bonds for potentially using steroids? Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and all the other guys, Roger Clemens, whoever potentially used steroids. We ain't mad at them. Are you really mad at somebody who put their life in jeopardy to entertain you? Really? You mad at that? You really mad at that? Thank you for putting your life in jeopardy so I could take my mind off my problems. That's what we sitting around here doing. We running around here mad at athletes for trying to entertain us. And then another thing, I'm tired of people who grew up in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s like me. I grew up in the 80s. I ain't in the 60s. I wasn't at the 60s. I don't know Dr. King like that. But on the real, oh man, they used to play when they was hurt. So you want somebody to put their life in jeopardy just so you can be satisfied, man. They used to play with one leg when I was a kid. Well, they were stupid. I ain't playing like that. And you shouldn't want them to limp. Look, I want you to get $300 million, and I also want you to live a good life. Stop into the nonsense, man. Look, this is the game. I thought it was the next man. I thought it was the next man up mentality. That's what I always thought. That's what they always preach, the next man up mentality. So don't ask somebody to be hurt and be permanently maimed so you can be entertained. Like, y'all kidding, man? Y'all got to be kidding, man. How stupid does that sound? Hey, man, go out there and further damage your ligaments and potentially get a concussion and potentially be 30% reread just so I can say, the team colors, you know what? So I could be proud that I went and spent some money and gave the team owner more money. Hey, I want to be proud to get that man my money that I hate get from this job that I hate getting up going to. Really? Let's just think about the stuff that we do, man. Look, first and foremost, we're gonna get out these athletes' pocket. If you suck, you suck. And we're gonna talk about how much you suck. And if you killing it, we're gonna celebrate you for killing it. But we're not gonna ask you, we're not gonna count your money no more, because that's a trick by the system. You never and then I'm going on the racial side, man. Why we don't never hear about how much money Josh Allen makes? And last time I checked, Josh Allen made the UFC championship game about 4 years ago, and he been throwing safeties and linebackers open ever since. But we don't hear about that. We hear about that. Let's just talk to the homie Mo about this the other day. Why is it always Dak's fault? Last time I checked, and I was a damn good football player, it's either the X's and the O's or it's the Willies and the Joes. Now, when you look at the Cowboys, at every position, they have a Pro Bowl caliber. Do they have an MVP caliber quarterback? They have a Pro Bowl caliber running back. They have several offensive linemen as gangster. They got several defensive linemen as gangster. They got linebackers. They got safeties and DBs. The Dallas Cowboys, their best DB blew out his knee last year, and the other dude set a record. So guess what? That means they have the Willies and the Joes. So you know what that means? It's the dude with the X's and the O's. And guess who fault that is? Look, Mike McCarthy is not a good coach. This is why y'all always talk about, but he won a championship. That make him good. No, it don't. That means a team got hot. That means Aaron Rodgers is insanely talented. That's all that means, because I live in Chicago and I watched the Bears with a third-string quarterback almost beat that team. Salute to Lovie Smith and Jay Cutler stunk up the joint. I ain't trying to hit it. Oh, man, my knee was hurt. Get up out of here, Jack. And I know I'm contradicting myself, but that's Jay Cutler, and I live in Chicago, so what? But I can criticize them like that. That's all in sports and fun. But there's people out here talking about he should have went out there bleed. No. But like I was saying, Mike McCarthy almost blew that game. And look, here's something you have in common. You got arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the world who was coached by Mike McCarthy, and he could barely get over the hump. And for years, he had a multitude of talent up there with him. They had a bunch of Willies and Joes in Green Bay. And he had the same coach. And that coach packed his gear up and went on down to Dallas. And he's down there with a bunch of Willies and Joes. So it can't be the Willies and Joes. It got to be the X's and O's. Jerry Jones he want to shine. He wants to shine. So he's not going to hire a Bill Parcells. And for all you people like the Mike Greenbergs and other people that's lining themselves on ESPN, boy, if Jerry Jones hired Bill Belichick, Popeye Sissy, I'm just letting y'all know. If Jerry Jones hired Bill Belichick, Popeye Sissy, you know why? Because all the credit is going to go to my man Bill Belichick. Yeah, hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I ain't got no problem with Bill Belichick. But for real, if he go down there and get that team in order, he gonna get a solid offensive coordinator. He gonna get a solid defensive coordinator. He's a defensive genius, and they gonna have a regimented system, and they gonna cut down on the mistakes. They gonna stop asking Dak to carry the team. They gonna make the team do the thing, just like he did with Brady. Y'all love Brady. Brady was the man, but according to Teddy Bruschi and according to these lying eyes, the first couple Super Bowls, the defense carried them. And these lying eyes, that Rams Super Bowl he won, that last Rams Super Bowl he won, the defense carried because they only scored one touchdown. If you only score one touchdown, the defense carried you. And then in Tampa Bay, the defense carried them again. I don't want to hear about, well, Jameis Winston, he blew it. Oh, well, Jameis Winston had the worst offensive line. Jameis Winston did not have Antonio Brown. Jameis Winston did not have Gronk. He did not have playoff Lenny. You do not get a name like playoff Lenny because the quarterback is killing. And Lenny is a running back. So stop it. But again, this goes to the genius of one William Belichick. Oh, was it Brady or was it Belichick? Look, you can't tell me the reason that the Patriots won is because Belichick was cheating and the quarterback is the man. See, they got y'all counting money and all this other stuff, but y'all not really listening to what these people are saying. Belichick cheated to win, but Brady is the man. It does not work. That means Sammy Sosa the man, potentially. That means Mark McGwire the man, because they use androtestosterone, because that's what made them healthy, and that's what allowed them to stay healthy longer, and that made them have the ability to hit those home runs. Because steroids ain't gonna make you hit the home run. Because I don't care, you can turn into steroids, and you ain't gonna be able to put that little round ball against that little round bat and make it go over the fence. So you use all the steroids. There's a bunch of bums out there. There's some dudes out there right now. Some of them White Sox players test them. They ain't gonna test them because they striking out every day. Because steroids don't make you hit the ball. Steroids keeps you healthy. That's all. But like I said, man, back to the point. Jerry Jones is the reason the Dallas Cowboys are not winning. Y'all, oh man, he this and this, and I can't stand Jerry Jones, and I hate the Cowboys and the Cowgirls, and you can do all that stuff. Let's talk sports. Leave your feelings at home, Carl Thomas. If you got feelings in this show, and I'll put your comment up on the screen, like my man D-Ray, Dak don't play defense. Exactly. When Dak is a quarterback, he is at a minimum. Brady with Tampa Bay, he is at minimum. Brad Johnson, he is at a minimum. Jeff Hostetler and a host of Trent Dilfer. You mean to tell me Dak ain't better than Trent Dilfer? But if you keep a goofball coach, you can't win with a goofball coach. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? The Chicago Bears, for a 3-year period, they had the best defense in the history of football. The 84 Bears had a better defense than the 85 Bears. The 86 Bears broke all the 85 Bears record. The Bears got one Super Bowl because their coach was a Riri. Understand this. This dude ran the team into the ground. So look, I know what it looked like. I know what it looked like when the coach is in the way of the players, and we also know when you got a Belichick, when you got a Walsh, when you got an Andy Reid. See, even Andy Reid re out a little every once in a while. But guess what? Andy Reid has finally unre-read himself because Pacheco ran the ball, ran them into the Super Bowl. That first Super Bowl he ever won, Williams ran them into the Super Bowl. I will say this, y'all been watching me for a very long time. You run to win, you throw to score. Y'all can talk this. Oh, it's a passing game now. Well, I don't know. The teams that keep getting to the Super Bowl somehow. Last time Brady won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, playoff Lenny. Before that, he's him and what's the dude name out of Georgia? Can't think of his name right now. I can't think of his name. African cat out of Georgia. He set a playoff rookie record. The first time the Rams went to the Super Bowl in a very long time, they had my man out of Georgia killing it. Look, man, they could tell y'all it's a throwing league. But football will always be this. It is this, it was this, and it always will be this. One man pushing another man out of a space against his will. Every time you turn around, it's the team with the most grimy, gut-wrenching players who digging deep and pushing people out of their way. Look, why is it that the 49ers, with a dude who can't throw a football from here to there, they keep winning these games? Because their coach is smart enough to say, hey, get my man Debo to throw the ball. Get my man Christian McCaffrey to throw the ball. And then Brandon, and then you hit Debo on them short passes, and they run out to catch you to death. People forget that even them great 49er teams, Roger Craig was the centerpiece of that team. Even later on, William Barnum Floyd, Ricky Running Waters. Look, man, it is a try and true situation. Show me a Super Bowl champion and you will see a big time running situation. That's it. That's all. You can talk all. Look, Jamal Lewis with the Ravens. What's my man name? Ray Rice with the Ravens. And they ain't had a substantial running game since. And that's why they win games until it counts. Pacheco ran them into the Super Bowl last year, the Chiefs. I would do it time and time again. Y'all can talk all that nonsense y'all want. Here it is. I ain't trying to hear no more. I know the game, and you can pretend to know the game, but I know the game, and it is a game of attrition. The first person tired win. You ain't never seen no team just throw. Look, Brady set an NFL record for touchdowns and yards and all that, 16-0, and got popped by the Giants because Brandon Jacobs and my man who shot himself, Plaxico Burress and the New York Giants and Bradshaw and that crew, they ran them out the gym. And that time Brady went back to throw that NASCAR with Michael Strahan and my man who blew off some of his fingers. I can't think of Jason Pierre-Paul. That NASCAR package shut Brady down. It is not something I'm making up. It's football. It's basic. Y'all can look at the highlights. I'll be making a little change on the DraftKings. I'm cool. But at the end of when the playoffs start, it's usually cold outside. And when it's cold outside and you hit somebody in the cold, the dudes that's running a 4-2, all of a sudden they running a 4. They running a 5 flat because don't nobody want to run real fast into a Ryan Clark or my man Harrison or the big homie who just retired, Aaron Donald. You don't want to get hit by that dude running fast. So knock it off. Keep playing with yourself. Don't play with me. Play with yourself. Don't play. Better yet, play with your mama. Don't play with me. I ain't trying to hear. But that's all I'm saying, man. We got to get out these players' pocket. We got to point the finger where it is. And let's talk some X's and O's. Let's talk some X's and O's. And guess what? Salute to my late great coach, Jimmy Football Fields. All the plays work. It's just a matter of execution. Every play and every playbook works in the history of the game. It's about execution. What makes you execute? The coach, the coaching staff, the structure, the toughness and intestinal fortitude of the players. That's when the players show up. When Brady makes that timely throw, when Brady makes that proper decision, when Peyton Manning makes that proper decision, when Lamar Jackson hit my man, I can't think his name right now, Well, Zay Flowers. When you hear Zay Flowers and Zay fumbles, that ain't got nothing to do with coaching. That's that dude making a mistake. And that's what we need to talk about. We don't need to be talking about Lamar Jackson and his money. Why do we know that Lamar Jackson's mama was negotiating this contract? Why do we care about that? I don't. Did he get it? Did he get the job done? No. Why didn't they get the job done? Why don't you get it? That's a problem. If you keep letting them do it, you're gonna miss out on the fun. The fun is talking trash with D Gray and talking trash to Mo and Big Illinois and Mad Knox and Poetic Sins. That's where the fun lies. The fun does not lie in talking about how much money somebody paid, getting paid, unless you do this. This is how you now. If you want to talk about how much money somebody gonna get paid, I could do that. Hey, all the people that want to talk about getting paid, here you go, right here. Let's help HRap get paid. Bam! The end of the bench, right there. $sign. That's my cash app. Go ahead, shoot a piece of change at your boy, and then I'm gonna leave it on the screen just in case you just feeling generous. If you're feeling real generous, send your boy some money. Then you can send HRap $1, and then you can talk about me. I don't care if you count my pockets; they empty. That's all I'm saying. But look, why don't we leave that alone, and we're gonna move to the next thing. This is the best time of the year. The next topic is this. This is the absolute best time of the year. You have the WNBA playoffs coming up. I know it's a bunch of you cavemen and Neanderthal-minded clowns telling me, I don't watch them chicks, man. Well, you're missing out on some good basketball because those ladies out there killing it. The lady, Angel Wilson, she's going to be MVP. We got the battle of the Rookie of the Year with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And before I move any further, before I go any further into the WNBA, all this nonsense about Caitlin Clark being the GOAT, I will slap you in your mouth, man. I will slap you in your entire mouth. I will slap slob clean out your mouth. Salute to the Minnesota Lynx. Salute to my man RC. Salute to Vince Wright and all the people in Minnesota. The GOAT in female basketball is either Cheryl Swoops or Maya Moore. I'm going to say it again. Either Cheryl Swoops or Maya Moore. One of them is the GOAT. Caitlin Clark ain't won nothing, man. I don't hear nothing about her. She ain't won anything. She might not even win Rookie of the Year, so she gonna be a loser. So don't tell me that LeBron James, he ain't the winner, he ain't the GOAT because Michael Jordan got 6 and he got 5, but he got 3. It's championship. But then the homegirl show up and she score a whole bunch of points and she the woman. No, you gotta win. Maya Moore just got her number retired by the Minnesota Lynx. Maya Moore, who was in the league 8 years. Maya Moore was in the league 8 years. Guess what she did in 8 years? Won 4 WNBA championships. She won 2 WNBA MVPs. She was all NBA all 8 years. She was an All-Star all 8 years. Won 2 All-Star MVPs. She won 2 national championships. 2 national championship NCAA Player of the Years. And y'all talking about Caitlin Clark is the GOAT? When she smelled like a GOAT? Well, it can't be the best player ever. And Cheryl Swoops, she did the same type of thing. Cynthia Cooper, see again, stop. That's why when I get into the stop about people I'm gonna cuss out Brandon Jennings, I'm gonna cuss out Anthony Edwards a little later. When I get into that, it's the stupidity of the sports world right now. So we're gonna salute these ladies. Look, if y'all really want to start talking about this, we're gonna talk about the actual and factual situations. Look, Maya Moore is probably the GOAT. Cheryl Swoops might be the GOAT. Cynthia Cooper might be the GOAT. Look, Cheryl Miller might be she not even a GOAT in NCAA history because Maya Moore has accomplished more. So Maya Moore is hands down the GOAT. I ain't even gonna go into it. But what we need to do, if the WNBA want to continue to make money, first of all, I'm gonna attack the sisters of the world, all women in the world. I don't want to hear none of this nonsense about the WNBA need more action. Y'all need not to talk about us. I've been watching women play basketball since the 80s. I don't hear no more of that because until I see a bunch of women walking around Chicago, Illinois, or see them out and about I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on all these places, and I start seeing women with WNBA jerseys and WNBA t-shirts and Caitlin Clark shoes and Angel Reese shoes. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all ain't get enough pub. Y'all not supporting y'all get down. It's on the women now, man. It's y'all represent half the population So if y'all represent half the population, y'all need to be having, that's why the jerseys and stuff need to be blowing up. I don't want to hear that nonsense, man. But back to Caitlin Clark and my sister Angel Reese right here in Chicago, Illinois. Y'all already know I'm rocking with Angel Reese. And guess what? She a sister for one. I'm going, I'm keep funky because she black. But more than that, she left-handed. She black, she left-handed, and she live in my city. Why would I root for anybody else? But if we're gonna talk about the finances in the WNBA, stop playing. Reporters of the WNBA, stop playing. If y'all want to continue this thing and make them the bird and the magic of the WNBA, I ain't got no problem with that. The girl Caitlin Clark is a baller. She ain't won nothing. So don't be dissing my boy LeBron, and then you're gonna be trying to big up her. She ain't won nothing. But if you're gonna make this right, do what you did with Jason Kidd and Grant Hill almost 40 years ago. I mean, almost 30 years ago. Co-MVP, you're going to have people like my boy Jungle Brother pissed off. Hey, you going to cheat the black girl. You know, if you're black, you won. You're the champion. No matter what, you can miss all the shots. You hit all the shots. And then you're going to have white people. You're going to have Donald Trump root for Caitlin Clark. Make the racial thing. Play the game, man. Get people to root against each other. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nobody going to start fighting. What y'all don't realize is those young ladies have been friends since they were teenagers. Y'all, man. But they out there balling and killing it. So, WNBA media make Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark co-MVPs piss off Jungle Brother so he can do another show and cuss out white people on his show. And then he gonna have people like Chief Rocker, then Nas gonna come in, and then D Gray gonna chime in, and then they gonna keep chiming into my joint, and we gonna all get paid. You know what I mean? But that's what y'all do. Make people get mad at sports again. It's, just like y'all was saying, Bird was the greatest thing since sliced bread, even though Magic Johnson had 3 championships already. But I ain't gonna go into all that, man. We're not doing all that. But that's what you do. Kick it off on racial basketball, racial sports. Wade Boggs is better than Tony Gwynn. Lies. But we make it happen. Make it happen, WNBA people. This is what we out here doing, man. This is what we doing. Stop playing in your behind. Stop playing in your ass, man. Make the money. Make the money. Who is that? Let me see. Anthony says, son, what up, Jungle? Let me see. Left hand. That's right, man. Left hand bias. Y'all already know that. You ain't new to this. You're true to this, man. If you left-handed, I root for you. Unless your name Steve Young or Boomer Esiason. Y'all overrated. I'm just saying. And I'm racial, and I'll be hating on the white dudes. That's how I get out. White people, y'all, I don't hate on white people. I just hate on white athletes if they left-handed, and I don't like them. And they overrated like Boomer Esiason. Yeah. Because I like Steve Garvey. He was left-handed. I like Wade Boggs, but I just don't like them. But anyway, back to the WNBA, man. Look, Asia Wilson needs to be the first league MVP unanimous. The WNBA is on fire. People like Big Illinois who hating on the ladies and ain't watching, you need to knock it off. Your mom, knock it off, man. Start watching, supporting the sisters, man. Especially if you're a brother with a daughter. How you hating on the WNBA? You might be half a GH. Anybody who know me, they know what a GH is. With that being said, we're going to move on, man. This is the greatest time of the year. WNBA playoffs about to start. September is in a couple days, literally in a couple days. You know what that means? That means it is the home stretch for MLB. Every division has a team within 5 games with 30 days to go. If the whole MLB is within 5 games of division league with 30 games to go, you know what that means? That means it's about to be some exciting baseball. Kansas City Royals won the World Series in 2015 or 2016, one of them years. And now they back in the hunt. They were 18 games down. Now they choking out Cleveland for the lead of the I almost said NFC, the AL Central, which houses the most pitiful team in the history of baseball, the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, that's the team I root for. You can't talk about them, but I can. That's why that division, everybody even, because all of them played the White Sox 15 times. They lost 100 games. It ain't no good division. They just playing it. Hey, get on the win, you get on the losing streak, come in Chicago, you're going to win. That's how I go this year. But look, man, stop talking about I don't know baseball. Learn baseball like you learned everything else. You ain't know football. You ain't come out your mama womb talking about 1st and 10. No, you ain't do that. You ain't do that. So look, I'm gonna teach y'all how to like baseball. For the dudes who like dudes and the dudes who be jocking dudes. Find you a cool dude that you like on a random team. There's some colors that you like. Sisters, y'all know you. Find a sexy dude. Brothers, find a dude who's smacking it over the fence every once in a while, who got a good glove, and root for that individual. You root for that individual. For example, I don't even know no White Sox player. They're horrible. Aaron Judge. If you don't have a baseball team, root for Aaron Judge. And then you're going to be rooting for him to get hits. And then you're going to be rooting for the people behind him to get hits so he can get another hit. And then you're going to be rooting for him to go to the wall like he did the other night. Bam. Make a catch, save the game. Now you find somebody you're rooting for. Acuna down there in Atlanta. It's great players all over the league. Pick a team with your favorite color. Most people like red. Most teams got red in. Cubs got red. White Sox got black. A lot of people like the color black. Some people like brown, like doo-doo brown. Be a San Diego Padre. I got a question. Are they the San Diego Padres like in Priest? Or are they Padres like the Bird? I don't know. Random retarded thought. I know I'm in trouble now with Glorilla. She said the R word. I just said the R word, but ain't nobody looking but y'all. So unless y'all gonna report me, and if you do, your mom. Just find an individual that you like and root for that dude. My man Reese out there, that's playing baseball, center fielder for the Dodgers. Go out there and root for him. One of the best hitters. He one of the best hitters on one of the best teams. You rooting for that team. You rooting for that guy. And then you become a fan. Then you learn about the infield fly rule. Then you learn about bunting. Then you learn about sacrifice. Then you learn about this and you learn about that. Next thing you know, you're looking at a 4-6-3 double play. What do these numbers mean? The numbers mean the fourth player on the field. Number 1 is the pitcher. Number 2 is the catcher. Number 3 is the first PC. See, you get to find out 4, 5, 6. Now you learn these things, just like you learn basketball. Why they got to keep dribbling and moving? Don't be a Riri. Stop. I mean, it take too long. Look, I ain't seen many sporting events in my entire life that was under 2.5, 3 hours. So all of a sudden, everybody got to make the games go so much faster. Stop listening to the TV and tune in to HRap, man. I'm smarter than people on TV. Does Stephen A. Smith ever talk to something like this? Oh, man, he just dumb. He look like a reject from the Muppet Babies. Come on now. You don't need to be listening to Stephen A. Smith. He's stupid. He is really stupid. And then it's a dude with it's a big, strong, muscle dude with a lip. Them all, I don't even listen to dudes, man. Don't listen to them no more. Tune in to me. Look, I'm doing a preview show Monday. I'm preview all my new shows coming out. The dopest podcaster on earth. Tune in, hit that subscribe, tell a friend to tune in. But back to baseball. It's about to go down, man. Hey, look, when you find a dude that you like on a team that you could potentially like, that team is going to have a rival. And you naturally want to get them out. And when you want to get them out, your team is good. And then when your team lose, you start hating them. Like if you live in that horrible city in Massachusetts called Boston, I hate everything about Boston. The Red Sox, the Penguins. I don't even watch hockey. The Penguins, the Bruins. No, that's the Penguins is Pittsburgh. The Bruins, the Patriots. Anything Boston, I don't like. Boston College. I don't even like John Bagley because he went to Boston College. For y'all who don't know who John Bagley is, that's why the God made Google and YouTube. Don't ask me, just look. But that's what you do. That's how you learn baseball. Call your boy HRap. Reach out to me at HRap_B on Twitter. It is not X. I'm not calling it that. You got to be a Riri to call it that. Reach out, man, what that mean? And then, if you got my phone number, call me. I tell you, look it up. That's all I'm going to tell you. I ain't going to be doing. I ain't going to sit around telling you everything about baseball. But that's what you do, man. Dodger blue. That's right, man. And that's how you learn baseball. One play at a time, just like you did everything else. Don't be a Riri. Stop watching the highlights. The highlights are like bikinis. They show you a little bit. They show you a lot. They don't show you everything. The devil is in the details. You need to know why they did this. You need to know what a sacrifice bunt is. Understand the game. Go to some games. If you don't live in a town with a game, watch them on TV. It's better. turn the TV volume down because most of these announcers are rereads. You don't really want to listen to them. But this is the most goodest time of the year. And it is a word. Anybody who said ain't, shut up your mouth. But this is what I'm saying. We're going to tune in. We're going to tap into some baseball at the end of the season. And then the football season started, and the WNBA playoffs, then the NBA preseason, then the MLB playoffs in full effect. Football will be ramping up. Next thing you know, the NBA is in full effect. Bang. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, man, forget Christmas because you got to spend some money on Christmas. A lot of us broke. We ain't trying to hear none of that, man. We ain't trying to hear none of that. We ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't spending no money. I don't even like people like that. But for real. And then you got college football. You got pro football. HBCU football going to be on TV on CBS Network. If you got Paramount, you got CBS Sports. Then you got Peacock. And all, man, it's going down. This is the best time of the year, man. WNBA playoffs, MLB playoffs, football season, college football, U.S. Open. What else? What's better than that, man? Now, with that being said, let's talk a little NFL, National Football League. I forgot to pass on from football, college football. I did this on the fly. I ain't had nothing else better to do, so I did this. And I'm going to be much more prepared next time y'all see me. I might talk a little college football. But I was horrible doing that. Jim Harbaugh, you might have stained them and these dummies at UConn. Okay, college sports. The dummies at UConn trying to join another conference, and conference don't mean nothing no more. Enough for college. Look, who do y'all? I want to see if y'all in the chat room, see people in the chat room. Who do you think will be the offensive rookie of the year in the National Football League? Who do you think will be the offensive defensive player rookie of the year in the National Football League? Who do you think will win league MVP? I'll be watching. Me personally, I got a few people on my list. I'm going with my man out of UCLA, the defensive lineman. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. He's a defensive man. He was often injured. His name is Latu. I don't know how to pronounce his name. If I'm butchering your name, homie, sucks to be you. You should have had a name like John Jackson. Then I got your name right. But he one of the dudes I'm checking out. Another dude, the defensive back, Quentin Mitchell for the Washington Commanders, and they should have been the Washington Devil Dogs. They'd have been the Washington Devil Dogs. They could have kept the same colors. Devil Dogs and the rings protect the capital. NFL, MLB, NBA at HRap_B. If you need more assistance. Another dude I'm checking out, for Quentin Mitchell for the Eagles, and another dude I'm checking out is Peyton Willis for the Steelers. He is a defensive. He's gonna be a defensive end / linebacker. They back to being Blitzburg. That's why I really believe my man Peyton Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He gonna be the defensive rookie of the year, and offensive rookie of the year. It's either gonna be Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders, or it's gonna be my man Williams. That's why I pick Williams. You see the name? You see the name? Brian HRap B Williams. Caleb Williams for the Chicago Bears. I think one of them will win the Rookie of the Year because the NFL they've made it a lot easier for young quarterbacks, and I just think those two have the juice. I truly believe in those two young quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels. I was a fan of his when he was at ASU. I watched Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, my man D. Gray, he said he's gonna be he's gonna have a good year. I believe so as well. Chicago Bears they got a brother running the team. My racial bias. Y'all know I got the racial bias, the left hand bias. I got a lot of biases, but hey, it ain't gonna stop me from telling the truth. But understand, when I have my bias flare up, I'm gonna say racial bias alert, left hand bias alert. That don't mean they the best. I'm just rooting for them for that reason. But I do believe Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels will duel it out. The Washington football team, they have a solid defensive core. They have a defensive coordinator who I'm impressed by. They continue to develop young talent. That's why I do believe they are going to have a solid season. Jaden Daniels is a monster. Caleb Williams, he has the it factor. A lot of people, you hear people saying, well, he holds the ball too long and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what? I don't hear that nonsense. Remember about 20 years ago, they used to say Randall Cunningham, his windup is too long up until and including the moment he won MVP. And then what happened to all that, the long windup? Because when you good, you can do all that jibber jabber that don't mean nothing. All you're trying to do is maintain your job at one of them big letter stations. That's why I'm the dopest dude doing podcasts. Because I don't play. I tell you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you, HRap. With that being said, we're gonna move to contenders and pretenders. Every year, you have a bunch of teams that make the playoffs. You have a bunch of teams that fall out of the playoffs. You have a bunch of teams who look real good, and you got a bunch of teams that's gonna fall off. Now, I predict two of the teams that's gonna fall off this year will be the Rams and the Buffalo Bills. The Rams and the Buffalo Bills. I do not have a lot of faith in Matthew Stafford. People are underestimating the impact of Aaron Donald. Their coach is an offensive guru. He puts things together. He puts people in advantageous situations. That's why quarterbacks succeed and fail. That's why I was taking up for Dak Prescott early in the program. When you have a very good offensive-minded coach, he does not ask you to do what he wants you to do. He asks you to do what you're capable of doing. This is why the kid out there in San Francisco is doing well, because the coach in San Francisco understands his limitations. He also understands the abilities of his team, and he puts the ball in the hands of his playmakers. This is what McVay does out in Los Angeles. Cooper Kupp should be healthy. I forgot, I can't pronounce that dude's name. He has a Polynesian name. I don't want to butcher another Polynesian brother's name. So, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But I just don't have a lot of faith in Stafford, and I don't know if that defense is going to be able to hold up. It's easy for those mistakes to be overlooked when you have a fierce competitor like Aaron Donald in the middle of that defense. He moving them all over the defensive line. He wreaking havoc throughout your offensive settings. So it's easy for him to make up for those mistakes. You don't believe me? Explain this. If you don't believe the defense holds teams down, answer this. Tom Brady has been to 10 Super Bowls. He has won 7. He has won 7. He has 7 Super Bowl titles. Explain to me how he only has one more touchdown in the first quarter than I do, because the defense held him down until he got his act together. I don't think with that defense is going to be as stout as it has been over the last 10 years. So I think they're going to fall out. Josh, I'm not a big fan of Josh Allen. I'm not going to say he's a scrub or a bum or anything. I think he's slightly overrated, but they've taken away most of his major weapons. When you take away most of his major weapons, unless they're just going to run the air out of the ball, I really don't see the Buffalo Bills taking up. I do see the New York Jets stepping up with a healthy Aaron Rodgers and a stout defense. Those Williams boys, they killing it. The Jets have drafted well. They have a lot of talent. If Aaron Rodgers can be 75% of the Aaron Rodgers that we know, I do believe the Jets are going to do that thing. I just believe that. That's just my opinion. And I think another team that's going to be iffy to me is Tua Tagovailoa, Tua. And see, I ain't finna butcher no more Polynesian names. Polynesian people, y'all be watching Hawaii. I be looking at my numbers. A lot of people be supporting me in Hawaii, so I don't want to butcher any more Polynesian names. But I don't think they're gonna do that well either. That's gonna be two teams to fall off. I do believe that, believe it or not, I think the team that I also root for, the Las Vegas Raiders, I think they're gonna surprise some people. Antonio Pierce. One thing about football, once you get on a roll and once you get everybody believing in you, you can gain momentum. Antonio Pierce is an excellent old guy. He is a dude who get people to buy into his situation. So therefore, I believe the Raiders will be a lot better than we assume they would be. I'm not saying that the Raiders are going to be a world beat. I'm not going to even say they make the playoffs. I think this is going to be a lot better than we assume they would be. A team that's going to improve, in my opinion, is also the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunshine, my man, he is slowly developing into a major league quarterback. A team that's going to shock the world. A team that is going to shock the world is the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans is going to shock the world. The young quarterback, and the reason, again, I will down my soul with this. The Houston Texans will do an excellent job simply because they added Joe Mixon. When you have a young quarterback who's living up to, who's exceeded expectations. You take the pressure off him by running the air out of the football. Joe Mixon is quietly become one of the best running backs in the league. He helped out my man Joe Burrow for the last few years. Now he's in Houston. He's gonna get the air run out of the ball. And then you got the young quarterback who he ain't missing. When you have a quarterback who has played that well, an offensive coordinator that is coordinating the offense around his abilities, and then now you have the ability to turn around, put that ball in the stomach of a running back who's gonna get you 4.5 every time he touched the ball. And you have, I think his name is Miko Ryan, Miko, whatever his name is, the offensive and defense coordinator / head coach of Houston, Texas. This dude is a defensive mastermind. You see the 49ers, they did well. If they'd had him, if he'd have stayed in San Francisco, more than likely they would have won that Super Bowl last year. Even though their defensive coordinator was stout as well, but I'm just saying it was the superior dude was in Houston. So I do believe the Houston Texans will be playing either the Kansas City Chiefs or the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. Now we're gonna go to the NFC. I have a whole lot of faith in Philadelphia, but that's another team that I'm not so sure of. They have a whole lot of changes in Philadelphia. They're one of their best. They are very best, and leader of their offensive line is not there. They didn't admit that my man Jalen Hurts was injured last year. He was playing with an injury. Nobody wants to talk about it. They kept it under wraps, which is cool. That's a smart thing to do. But I do believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are right there. They're either they're on the way up the hill or they're going to fall straight off. They're going to fall over the ledge. That's one of the shaky teams in the league. Dakota Rain, Prescott, y'all know him as Dak. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Mike McCarthy. So the Dallas Cowboys will fall off a little bit, but I don't think they're going to fall off tremendously because they're chock full of talent. They just signed CeeDee Lamb. They got my man Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott. He's playing in limbo. So you really don't want to put yourself in a situation where your quarterback does not know his future with the team. So the Dallas Cowboys are playing with their future. So I don't know if they're going to be as good. I don't think they're going to fall off, but I don't think they're as good. The team that's going to fall off like bad dope is the black coach-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, I'm biased. Y'all know it. But they have a quarterback by the name of Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is vastly overrated. He does not have it. He is not the dude. He was playing for a contract, and like most quarterbacks who are playing for the contract, they play over their heads. Now that their bag is secure, I expect him to return back to earth and be the BAUMB bomb that he always has been. I do believe that the toughest division in the NFC is going to be the NFC North. You have the vastly improved Chicago Bears. You have the unexpected champions and the Green Bay Packers, and you have the leader of the pack, the Detroit Lions. The Lions have something to prove. The Bears are on the come up, and the Packers are the Packers. The Vikings, they must have got snake bitten. JJ McCarthy popped his knee already. It's not looking good for the Vikings. Good luck. Y'all got Sam Darnold. He will hit every wide open linebacker, and he will throw a safety wide open. So good luck for you guys in Minnesota. When you go out west, the 49ers are the cream of the crop. They're the best team in the NFC. They are stacked from the top to the bottom. They have solid coaching. I don't know about the defensive coordinator because they fired their defensive coordinator, which pissed me off because, he was brown. Bias, racial bias, yeah. See, at least I ain't like the white guys on TV. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm rooting for the black guy. If you got a black coach, I'm rooting for you. That is. It's no big deal. I'm going to start rooting for Falcons this year because Raheem Morris is down there. But the 49ers are the cream of the crop. They replaced their defensive coordinator. I don't know how good that's going to do. Nobody does. But they have so much talent on that team that they do not miss. Brandon Ayuk, from what I understand, they are close to making a deal. And this is why one of the shows I'm going to talk about the salary cap in the National Football League. And something I think, y'all know me, I'm all about the bread. But I think I'm going to tell y'all about the bread and the salary cap at some point this season, me on a later episode. But I do believe the San Francisco 49ers are going to do the damn thing. They didn't really have a whole lot of competition. Like I said, I don't know if the Rams gonna live up to the billing. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks with a brand new coach. So they got a whole lot of question marks. Is that coach gonna cater to Geno, or is he gonna try to get Geno to do what he want him to do? So it's a whole lot of question marks out there. Or is he gonna try to replace him and get his guy in there? It's always those questions out there. So these are the questions that you will have for the Seattle Seahawks. You got my man, little dude out there, and with potential rookie of the year candidate Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know about the Cardinals. The Cardinals they used to be in Chicago. Chicago teams, they just don't support their institutions the way they should. They still the Chicago Cardinals, you ask me, because they never put in the bid wells. They don't fare well. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in them. Then we're gonna go over to the AFC South. I'm gonna go with this. Even though it's the black coach, they got a black coach in Tampa too. I ain't tripping. But and I'm just being facetious when I do that. But on the serious side, the Atlanta Falcons are a team on the come up. Raheem Morris is one of the most respected defensive minds in the game. He's one of the more respected coaches in the game. And now they have this dude, Kirk Cousins, who I don't think gonna make it through the season. It's utterly and ridiculously amazing how Dak Prescott can't get his money, but a dude with a torn Achilles get his money. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think he's gonna make it through the season. They got my man out of the University of Washington. He's gonna do the damn thing. About the sixth game of the season, Kirk Cousins gonna start kirking, and then he gonna kirk out. It's just like with Star Trek, kirk out, and he disappeared. He gonna disappear, and Michael Penix Jr. is gonna be the starter by week 6. Raheem Morris will take that division. Baker Mayfield gonna start bakering, and I don't have a lot of faith in the Saints because they had a dude who used to be on the Raiders, my man Carr. He's another one of these quarterbacks that will hit a wide open linebacker. He will throw a linebacker wide open. It's amazing how he hit a linebacker in stride. Oh, but he's a quarterback, so he should be throwing linebackers because he's a bum. Carr is not that good. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Saints. Should have kept Jameis Winston. But that's why I'm saying Raheem Morris will dominate the South. I believe that's the way it's going to go. Now, because that's the end of football talk, I will move to, right before I close out the show, one of the things that I credit myself on is knowing the history of these games. I took the time to learn the history of all the sports that I truly enjoy: track and field, Major League Baseball, College World Series, college football, professional football, college basketball, professional basketball. That was part of the fun for me, to learn the history of these sports so I can know what I'm looking for, what to expect. Just like in life, when you learn history, you can predict the future. The Bears historically have sucked, but they got some better people in there now, so hopefully they can alter their history. But historically, the Bears front office don't want to spend no money, so they always find themselves in a conundrum. So, but with that being said, I am ridiculously upset with a couple of people in sports today, and they come from the NBA realm. Why am I upset with them? I'm upset with one, Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is one of the sharpest guys in sports media today. Insanely intelligent guy. He's a true thinker. I understand that my man Gilbert Arenas says a lot of stuff just to get the pot stirring, and that's how you get people to tune in. That's how you get people to tap in. Get it? I sometimes appreciate the show, but sometimes Gilbert is so informed that he forgets to open up his mind so he can see other things besides the things that he's researched. Gilbert Arenas creates content so it can stir the pot, and he excites some of his co-hosts, and then it makes it an entertaining show because we love chaos at this point in history. But he needs to educate his co-host, Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings is the king of the rereads, man. He is a legitimate reread. He knows. He literally said yesterday, if it's before 1996, I don't care about it. And Rashad McCants, who I have assumed he was not the brightest guy on a few occasions, he continues to show it. But Rashad McCants is not a reread. He's just a stubborn dude. Once he gets something fixated on his mind, he's not going to budge, which I got a lot of those same characteristics, so I ain't really mad at him. I've grown to appreciate him because he said something yesterday that really made me become more of a fan of his. He said, if you don't respect the past, you need to understand that because that's how you got here. Brandon Jennings does not respect anything before 1996 because he allows his ignorance to dominate his conversation. Gilbert, you're too smart to have something like that on your show. I understand that you're going for clicks and things of that nature, but you're also influencing young people not to research the game so they can understand people before you. You said something that was insanely stupid yesterday. Before Isaiah Thomas and Tim Hardaway, nobody could cross over. Maybe you was engaging in hyperbole. Maybe you was just doing that to be hyperbolic and again to get people to tune in. But when you say stupid things like that and you got people respecting your opinion, you're influencing people to be stupid and not pay attention to what was going on. You cannot ignore the Walt Clyde Frazier's, the Earl Monroes, and the Tiny Archibalds of the world. Just to name a few. I ain't even mentioned Downtown Freddie Brown, Dennis Johnson, and so forth, Maurice Cheeks, and so forth and so on. The crossover dribble was not invented in the late and early 80s. Crossover dribble has been part of basketball since its inception. You must understand that it was called alley ball, aka N-word ball, when you use your athletic ability and your trick dribbling to get around people. It was a stiff and rigid game. And then as time went on with the Pete Maraviches and the Nate Archibalds and the Downtown Freddie Browns and Isaiah Thomases and so forth and so on, you are allowed to inculcate street basketball and cultural nuances into the NBA. So don't be an asinine person and preach that they couldn't do these things. And then you followed up by saying the rules prohibited them to do certain things. You're smarter than that, Gilbert. I need you to stop. And this leads me to closing out the show on one Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards made a statement. He said, they asked him about the past in the NBA. He said, I didn't really watch it in the past. But if you say but, you have just transitioned into stupidity. If you didn't watch something, that means you cannot speak on it. I have never lived in New Hampshire. I've never lived in New Hampshire, but I can't say but. I've never lived in Delaware, but I can't say anything else. If you respond, if you say something after that, you sound like a fool, which he did. He insulted his elders. And this is a problem in our community today. We do very little research and we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk. And when you talk without any research, you find yourself sounding stupid. And just because you have information, i.e., my brother Gilbert Arenas, that does not make you intelligent. Intelligence is the practical application of that information that you've obtained. Gilbert and you, my man Anthony Edwards, what y'all need to do is sit down with Amar Jackson, Isaiah Thomas, Oscar Robinson, Nate Tiny Archibald, who's a school teacher in the great city of New York, and have these conversations with these brothers because they have a fountain of information to give you. Don't sound stupid and just shoot off the mouth. And if you continue to do that, I'm forced to ask you.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you.
That's what you need to do. And if you don't like, and if you run up in my face, I got to seal and carry. So you need
sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
With that being said, this is the new program. It's your man HRap. I'm dominating sports again. I'm the dopest podcaster in the history of the world. Let people know I'm protect your neck. I'm coming at the crown. Ain't nobody better than me at this. It's nothing personal. You can get angry if you like. STBY, sucks to be you. Thank you. Noonish Sports. My bad. If I mispronounce that, I wear glasses. Don't be asking me to read out loud because your boy can't see. Noonish Sports. Ring the bell on the YouTube series. Thank you, man. Hey, well, you know what? I need y'all to support that brother right there, man. Noonish Sports and Tech. We need to support each other because guess what? It's enough bread in this thing for all of us to get paid. Imagine if we can get. We gonna do. I'm tune in Monday night. I'm gonna hit y'all up with all the new shows. We're gonna do some cultural stuff. We're gonna continue this sports series. We're gonna do We're going to revitalize a couple other things that I've created. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. I'm bringing Rapping with HRap where I'm interviewing people. I'm interviewing authors. I'm interviewing individuals. Y'all already know I had heavyweight champion James Lifestyle, Tony, OC, the MC, Freeze Love, the comedian, several NBA players, several college all-stars. I'm bringing everything back, taking over the world like Ali in 63. I need y'all to bring me, do me a favor, bring me 10 subscribers. And if you Noonish Sports, if y'all in the chat room, all the people who support me, you see his name right there. I need y'all to support Noonish Sports, man. We have to support each other. If we don't support each other, y'all get sick of ESPN. Peyton Manning is the best quarterback because he didn't win in the regular seasons like y'all criticizing my man Lamar Jackson. Y'all want to do that? Go on over there to ESPN. But if you want some original ideas or original conversations where you can engage within the chat room, I might not be able to read it, but I got a co-host. He's going to read it to me because I can't wear my glasses because my glasses going to flash off the light. I'm going to be looking like Mr. Magoo up here. But I need y'all to support the brothers who support us, man. That's what's up, man. We're gonna support each other. We're gonna get this paper. You can come on my okay. The DLC, my bro. Yeah, man. Okay, thank you, brother. Oh man, let's do it, man. Derek James, Brian Williams. That's you see my name on screen, brother. There it is. Reach out to me at that. You see that? That's my handle on all social media outlets. Reach out to me at the end of the bench, THAENDOFDABENCH at gmail.com. Anybody want to reach out to me? Anybody want to collab with me? I'm out here, man. We out here. It's enough of us. It's enough paper out there for everybody. It's enough of us to just connect each other. All of us get 10, 11, 12,000 subscribers. We can get this paper, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm HRap B. Y'all already know. 2 fingers, 1 word. I am HRap B, and I am.
Jesus. I mean, trust me, man.